What is good, everyone? Welcome to my channel. It has been a minute since I last did a sneaker video, and today I am filming from Pines Park in Yamanashi Prefecture with the sakura still in bloom in this area of Japan. And I chose this place for a specific reason. I haven't done a sneaker video in a while because, well, I hadn't been buying any sneakers. Nothing had really changed in my sneaker world, but I have just gotten two new pickups, and I'm going to share those two with you today. The first is a pretty obvious pickup for me because, well, someone who's been watching my channel and my sneaker vids pointed out a very good observation, and that is I'm really attracted to shoes that speak to me for some reason other than just I like the colorway or the silhouette. If the shoe has some kind of story that is interesting to me or connects to my own personal life some way, I want to pick it up. And so the sakura tree behind me is important for today. And actually, straight off that way on a sunny day would be Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji's not out at the moment, but on a clear day you'd be able to see it from this park. And this is just an appropriate spot for showing off this shoe. So let's get into it. That shoe is none other than the Adidas Superstar ATMOS collab Mount Fuji. This was just an obvious pickup for me because when I first moved to Japan, I lived in this town, and Mount Fuji was outside of my window every single morning, and it was a view that just never got old. And so I love Mount Fuji, and I love this Japan motif that's being done all around the sides of this Superstar. And there's also Japan fireworks, and it's in that kind of sakura pink color. And it was just an obvious pickup for me because it speaks to myself and my life and my story about my life here in Japan. So this is a shoe I'm definitely going to be wearing, and just I look at it in my hands here and think this is a really, really beautiful shoe, and it was something that I'm really happy that I bought and spent the money on, and that they look as great or better actually in hand than they did in the pictures. I'm not sure I'm totally sold on the little Atmos tag on the side here, but it represents another part of the shoe that speaks to me again, to my personality, and that is I like Japanese art, and one part of Japanese art is ukiyo-e, or Japanese woodblock prints. And this is very much like a Japanese woodblock print pattern. And that little Atmos tag in the red there is very reminiscent of how signatures or names, like titles of a woodblock print piece, are done on a woodblock print. I'm not sure I like the tag hanging off, but it does add to the look. And again, Mount Fuji, Japan motif, also woodblock prints, which is something else I'm into. So all in all, this shoe just hits so many points for me, and wasn't terribly expensive either. It's not a hype shoe, so I didn't win a draw or anything. I just bought it off the Atmos website. I believe actually they still have them available, but they don't ship internationally. If you're in Japan and you like this, maybe take a look. But yeah, good pickup for me. Really happy I got them. Let's go on to number two. Shoe number two. This one doesn't have a real backstory for me. It's just a shoe that I think is super cool, and I'm talking about none other than, you see this special box, you know what it is, size 9.5, which is pretty much perfect for me. It is the Jordan 5 Raging Bull. Now this shoe for me, basically it's just, I wanted to get it because I think it looks dope, and it's not going to be the easiest thing to style in my current wardrobe. It's going to be a harder one for me to pull off, I think, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to try. And in hand, it's pretty much how a lot of other channels have described it. The suede is nice. It's not spectacular. It's certainly not soft in any sense of the word. but it's a clean colorway. It's just gonna really pop when I wear this shoe, and I think it's really a cool look. Why did I get this one? Well, honestly, the colorway just looks awesome and it looks fantastic, but I didn't initially pull the trigger, and this is actually where the story gets interesting, because this shoe did not go over in Japan like it did in the States. This shoe is actually a good indicator of how Japanese sneaker culture can be different than American sneaker culture. You see, Japanese sneaker culture is huge, it's very alive and well, but the tastes can run a little bit differently. So the release of this shoe was a bit different than what I heard happened in the States. Basically, in the States, I saw the videos where people were fighting over getting these shoes, and I saw like reseller videos who are saying they're gonna cop multiple pairs, and a lot of people saying I'm definitely going for this shoe, I've got to have this shoe. Some of my favorite YouTubers who talk about sneakers were like, this is a definite for the toe, and that was the general sentiment I got in the US. But in Japan, well, I forgot about the drop. I thought it was the next day, and it was about 11 a.m. I was like, oh no, was that today? And I get on sneakers. 2 hours after the drop, they were still sitting in almost all sizes. The only sizes that were gone were about size 11.5 US on up, so about 29.5 centimeters Japanese and on up. Those were gone, but everything under that was still there. And then I thought, I started second guessing myself. Well, do I really want to get these? Like, I sort of bought into the feeling of hype. Like, wait, if these are really unpopular, do I really want to get a pair? Which is dumb, because I like them. And I think I would have ended up getting a pair anyways. But I froze, and I didn't buy them at 11 a.m. So it was about 9 p.m. that night, and I thought, you know what? If they still got them on the site, it's destiny. I got to get a pair. And I went on, and yeah. No problem. 12 hours after the drop. So no fighting in Japan, no multiple pairs going to resellers. There's no resell here at all. If you look at the prices on Sneaker Dunk, which is like Japan's version of StockX, or StockX is Japan's main competitor, there's no resale. I have a hunch these will probably go on Yahoo auctions pretty soon for under retail. Like, maybe I should have just waited and gotten them 2 months later and paid less. Perhaps. I don't know. Maybe it'll shift and people really get into them. I don't know what'll happen. But I wanted to secure a pair, so I went ahead 12 hours later and got my pair of Raging Bull Jordan 5s. So I don't know. Just a different taste in Japan. People are thinking they're not gonna be able to style this, or it's not really to Japanese tastes. I'm not sure what that's about. Jordan 1s and Dunks, and that's both high and low Dunks, and Jordan 11s, those tend to fly off the shelves here, no problem. The 3s, and I guess now the 5s, tend to sit a little bit. So it is what it is. I didn't have to fight for these, and I'm really happy. If you go to Nike Japan right now, they still have sizes in like small men's. We're talking like 5, 6. You can still get pairs. So I don't know if Nike Japan will ship internationally. They might. So might be something to look into if you're looking for a smaller pair and you don't want to play. I mean, I guess paying for international shipping would probably be about the same as paying resale. I don't know, but you might look into it. But must cop for me just means maybe less people will be rocking these on the streets of Japan, so I'll get to stand out even more than I already would wearing a raging red color sneaker. Let me know, what do you think of the shoes I picked up? The Superstars and these Raging Bulls. Are they shoes that you're interested in? Did you get a pair for yourself? Let us know in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I want to thank you very, very much for watching this video. Haven't done a sneaker video in a long time, but I actually have 2 more in the pipeline at the moment, so those should be coming out within the next week or so look for that. Thanks for watching this one, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.